Right guys, so I am going to do a demo review of the game of the Eggs versus Ultimate Crew. Obviously this is a lower level game, and I think the average elo is about 8 to 9,000. That being said, I'm still going to be quite critical of it because you won't learn if I just go, well, it's a lower level game, who cares? And that we're going to look at what went well, what went badly, and try to be honest about when things were lucky. I will be stopping and pausing and going back through things. Hopefully this is helpful. Let's begin. So it starts off with a first round. This is a knife round. I'm just going to skip through this because I'm not really interested in a knife round, if I'm honest. So there we go. This is the first round. This is the pistol. And that. We'll have a look initially at what the setup is. I will try to do these in future the day after the game is played so I can remember what the calls were. That way I'll be able to better analyse it, okay? So we're going to start off with the initial setup of 1A, 2 mid, pretty standard. Ash is just jiggling nice and easy, and our A player, I'm going to just swap to him quickly. There we go. Our A player is mollied initially. It's quite an early molly to stop the rush, but it's a bit sooner than needed. You can hear smokes coming in now, and that the rotator's already come through, and he's taken his initial shots, fallen back, and naded. Nice, good start. Hits there. We're going to swap across now from Fizz to... In fact, if we have a look, that's really nice. The guys are pushed through the back, the call's been made, and they flanked. It's a little bit premature because at this point, and that they still have time to go back, you need to be a bit careful, but they have taken it, and that's a good start. So they've got a 2v1, and that they're double peeking together. Really happy with that. We're going to have a look here, so we can see Big G has made his way into the actual site, and me and Fizz are actually next to each other, and that. Our spacing is not particularly brilliant because, as you can see, Fizz is on my left. I should be further to the right. I should be peeking more from heaven rather than camera. That's allowed Big G to cross in. We've got some initial things, and here's quite nice to see slowed down. Nobody's rushing it. Letting them push up. Bit of bad shooting by me, but overall a nice little take together as a team. Nothing much to take from that. Nice try from the Ultimate Crew, just unlucky. It was a good fast rotate. So we've won the round. This should now be a bye, obviously because of the way things are with the league and the fact you get bonus points for killing with shotguns. As you can see, a lot of shotguns coming out. So again, same standard setup. So there's us jiggling each other. We've kind of messed up and smoked ourselves. Pushed through playing close because of the shotgun. Nice support from Ash. And then what I want to do is stop a second. Go back a bit because I was a bit slow on my bit. And we're going to go to Ash's point of view here. There we go. So as you can see, slight jiggle on the thing. Nice initial shot. He does eat the nade, but that's okay. He's playing support with me. So on that, what I would say is two things. One, slow down on the deagle spam. Take your time, relax. And two, you're only 7 HP. We've got ourselves at 4 versus 2. Your best bet there is to fall back and play the angles. You know you're still smoked on your right, so chances are they're going to come through the door. You can fall back, play the angles, take the shot, and do it that way. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap to the T side. Sorry, let's have a look. We're going to swap to Fizz because at the moment he knows all the fighting's going down mid. The bomber's been spotted mid. He's still looking towards A main. Now, potentially there's a risk here, but he's in a bad situation here. If someone comes from main and that, he either needs to commit to it and push through and then play retake on the site, or he needs to push towards camera. I would suggest at the moment, looking at timings, if he's going to go towards camera, he needs to go initially. Let's see what he does. So he's pushed out all the way to main. So that here he's overextending. If you look, he's got a shotgun and a USB. He doesn't know exactly what the buy is, but more than likely it's upgraded pistols. and that this is a bad fight for him to take with a Nova from this kind of range. Let's see what he continues to do. Pushes through. He knows noise is there, so he knows no one can be there. He's checking rugs, and that what he wants to be doing is just playing on the site. He's running out of a nade, not the best, but there we go. He's just spotted someone. There goes the nade for the clearance. He's keeping an eye. He should be calling that it's a B push now because he's seen them push past him. We have no players currently on B, which is going to allow them to get a full plant. Got Kinder pushing back through. Got the fight going on in there. Noise has done well. Kinder's come through to create the distraction. Really good team play there. Really well played. Let's see what else happens. Skip ahead 15 seconds. So let's have a look. Guys, the shotguns have kept their shotguns because obviously money's not too bad, and me and Ash have plenty of money and we've bought in. I've got a full belt of util and a full buy. Let's see what Ash goes for. Again, full buy, but only one flash by the looks. Going to swap to the mid players because they did a lot of mid pressures initially. There goes the initial mid smoke. Right, so there's no one on mid, so we're going to go towards B. That bomb's been dropped. They're playing a bit of a default. I'm going to have a look at Kinder's point of view. So no initial smoke on towards B main, just allowed them. At the moment, no one is actually spotting B main. You both have shotguns, allowing them to get close. Noise has now smoked it off for you. And that, we're just going to swap towards mid here. And what we're going to go back is back a few seconds. The initial nade comes through, which Ash eats. Now we've noticed they've dropped that nade a lot. And that, but we keep getting hit by it. So we need to start thinking about what the enemies are doing. Lack of coordination there between me and Ash. We're just fighting. We need to talk a lot more between ourselves. So we know the smoke's just faded. Bit of an overextension there. Should have been punished. But we made it through okay. Still fighting on mid. Ash knows he's on that side. Now if we have a look at that molly from little Zandov's point of view, you'll see it's way too deep. It doesn't actually stop him from peeking in the least bit. And that. So now when we look on the map, we've lost our A player. And that. So whoever number 3 is, that will be me, is rotating into A to take up the space. Ash has maintained his mid control. And then we've got Noise playing in Cave with the shotgun, which is really nice because it's a close-up weapon. And Kinder is playing the site, but he's playing, obviously, again, nice and far back because he's got that shotgun. Let's have a look and see what happens next. So they've slowed it down. They know they have the good advantage. They have AKs versus shotguns here. We've got Dax versus Noise coming up. Really nice peeking by Dax. We've got Kinder, he's just holding the site, he's playing far back. Let's supplant is listen to the noise. So, from what we've seen there, we've heard the players come in. He knows one's plant, he's heard at least one other set of footsteps and that. And he knows one's come from dark. Noise should have communicated that there was 2 in dark, so he knows there should be 1 more towards jail. And that, although that's a really hard situation with just a shotgun. Would suggest his best bet would have been to swap to his sidearm and fall back and try and just play a retake. So we've got Ash coming in from Temple. He's in a tough situation. This isn't anything special, particularly. Ash takes the aggro, that allows me the easy kill. Nice 2v1 peak, however, being low HP, there was a huge risk to that and we'd have been better off slowing down. Really bad reload by me, I shouldn't have reloaded where I was, I should have gone towards my pistol. Nah, plenty of money here, everyone can buy. First full gun round from us because that was a bit of a bonus round with all the shotguns and everything. As you can see, the enemy team can buy, but they're a bit light on utility. Again, standard setup. We've not been punished yet for the aggressive play, so we're playing quite aggressive. Bad smoke there, as you can see, big gap on it. chaining flashes to allow for one flash and then the other, and peaking the angle where we know it's light. We're going to go back a bit there, because as you can see, Kinder's going to get a kill here, so we're going to watch Kinder's point of view. And that smoked, ran out with it without his knife out, but good tracking, knew where the player was in the smoke. We're going to go to Fizz, because as you can see, he's got 2 players there. He knows one's there, I think, already. We're going to go back 15 just to watch it from his point of view. He's dropped a molly there. The molly doesn't really do anything because it's too deep. He's seen Rooty's peek on him. Again, he is the solo player at the moment. He's called for a rotate, nice, but he'd be better off falling back and playing less aggressive. Now, because Rooty's is getting in a fight, these two, Ash and Fizz, would have been better pushing, and there we go. So if we go back a bit and we go to Ash's point of view, which is 4, nope, 1. He knows the fight's going on, he knows it's happening between us. He takes the aggro. He does fire, which alerts him. We're going to go to Kinder's point of view now. We know there's 2 there. Let's have a look. He's just holding a flash. He's waiting, flashes out, and that. So if we look from Noise's point of view when that's going on, when Kinder drops his flash, there isn't actually, I don't think, anyone that's seen. Let's have a look, watch it. So to make that easier, you'll be better off just waiting for the contact. That way Kinder can hold his flash, he can flash, and then that will allow for an easier one. Noise is obviously checking canals, but he shouldn't need to because he knows player number 1 is already in canals, therefore they can't be there. We've got one going through T-spawn, which is myself. Bomb's down. Team should now be coming to crunch with me to help protect the bomb. As you can see, a little bit slow coming out of B, but that's okay. It's a 1 versus 4. It's better for your work together, and it's nice to see you're converging towards the bomb and not the hunt of the player. We're going to stick on Juice's point of view to see what happens. So 1 is going to come round, and that running gets absolutely wrecked. Remember, we don't need to hunt the kills, although that's a really nice kill by Kinder there. And that. So again, we're a little bit slow to respond to things, but we're just, again, this is what, our 3rd game together. We've not really done any practice. Stuff takes time. Okay, so we're going to go to, again, the mid point of view and see what we get from mid. Looking at this, oh, I think we've just messed up a bit there. Everyone's got a gun. I want to have a look at Kinder, which is 5. Does Kinder? Yep, Kinder gets one. He drops a Negev down. And then picks up an M4. I'm guessing the Negev is there for if he wants to fuck around and troll a bit. So, there's the initial call. This is where I fuck up. So, that's on me, that one. If you have a look at this, I want to go to Ash's point of view, and he's 1, I believe. Let's watch Ash. He drops the flash, really nice, allows him to peek. Smoke comes through, and just there, he's just seen 2 or 3 players. He knows they're rushing. If we go towards myself, and that we have a look, you can see I've got an incendiary, a flash, and a nade. What I should have done is dropped the incendiary down there in front of the smoke, slowed down the actual thing, fallen back, and dropped a nade. Ash should have also fallen back with me. However, I'm going to fail miserably. And then what's going to happen is Ash is going to get 1 and then get chased down because he's getting overrun. And that. If we go to 5, we've now got Kinder. He's creating a crossfire. If they had been more careful and taken their time rather than rushing, they would have had it. They know they've killed the player on A. And that, however, if you have a look, they're now choosing to go towards B, which has given Noise a chance. We've got some low players there. Nice little play by Daiquiri. And then we've got Kinder. He's on the Negev. They're going to molly him, keep him at bay. Now, if you have a look, that molly is a bit shit. He can actually go by on the right. He drops, but he's running, so he's making noise. I get it's a Negev. It's hard. He'd have been better off potentially swapping to his sidearm, walking up, and that. However, I don't know how much communication went through on what people are at. So if you have a look, we have a bit of a shit buy, but we can force up. We know we've killed them quite a few rounds. We know their money's not going to be brilliant. If we win this, we have a good chance of forcing them back into an eco. So again, we forced up. Not a bad fucking shout. Going to go for a bit of a flash play to push through behind them. They've not listened or heard anything. However, more luck than skill gets that one. And unlucky for Ash, he gets caught behind. So now what's really nice to see is Kinder, he's pushing up, he's got the XM. He knows they were all just there. He knows they can't have been far away. The rest of the team should be coming to help him now. If you have a look, and that we pause it, so player number 2, which is Noise, is going towards mid. Kinder's heard the people there, and player number 4, Fizz, is pushing through. We're going to watch this from Kinder's point of view, see how it goes for him. And that he's got a good gun for this, but it is difficult. That was quite well played by Kinder. Yes, I know he lost, but he tried to control his angles, he tried to look at it. Our next player coming up should be Noise, who hopefully is delaying. Yes, goes for the smoke. One of them straight pushes through. And that's now given Fizz a good chance. He should be able to run up behind and get the kills. Bit unlucky there. And that's 2v2. Unfortunately, it's an AWP. We haven't heard the AWP come out yet, so it's hard to know that was there. I'm going to watch Noise. He's playing back of sight. They know he's here. And that he's trying to isolate his angles. Just a bit of an overpeak there. Again, like, very hard situation. They know he's on site. They know where he is. Still very well played. So let's have a look. So if we have a look at our money now, we've got 3.6, was 4.6, 3.350, 2.250, 2,300, 2,750. So I should be able to buy 2 Deagles and drop them. That'll cover Noise and, although Noise looks to have upgraded to a P250, Noise and Kinder. In fact, no, they're not they're P2000s. Drop Noise and Kinder. Fizz can buy his own Deagle and Ash can buy a Deagle. Let's have a look. So I have forced into an M4, Fizz into an MP9. This is a really bad choice by me and Fizz, because if you have a look, the rest of the team can't. However, we look to have all forced into this one. Oh, there we go. We just traded out and swapped. So Fizz has now got an MP9. Ash has got the Deagle. I've got a Deagle. Noise has still got a starting pistol. Kinder has a starting pistol and Fizz. So we've got a bit of a bad buy there. What we've actually ended up doing there is splitting our buy. That's because of me. That's a late call. I need to be a bit quicker on calls for what to have. So, sorry, bit of bad control of it. Let's have a look how the round goes. Again, smoke. Nice swing, nice shot. Nothing particularly special about that. Spanging the smoke a bit in case they're going for the boost. What we could be looking at is, there we go, the mid play. Got the kill, but a bad shot. Pushing through. Now I've just heard the steps. I know there's one towards thingy. Really nice shot by Rooties there. Let's have a look. We're going to go back a few seconds to have a look at Ash's mid play. So I'm dropping down. We know it's a 4 versus 3. Do I need to make that push? Realistically, it does help because we're on a low buy. Normally, really nice shot by Ash. Good control. However, once he's made that shot, I understand what he's thinking. I've just died. He wants to try and refrag. But we'd have been better off playing the 3 versus 2 and that falling back and maintaining. Because we hadn't seen bomb and we didn't know where it is. Let's have a look and see what happens next. Really nice by Noise. He's taking his time. He's clearing his angles. He's checking out mid. He knows potentially there could be one there. Although timing-wise, they shouldn't be this far in yet. The kill was at the top of mid. And it's nice to see Kinder walking it out through B. Yes, they're taking a risk. Yes, they'll even be open. But low buy, low percentage. He knows there's guns there. He's got the AK. That's just unlucky. Nice to see Noise playing nice and slow. He's not making any noise himself. He's heard the utility come through and he's just playing it slow time. Quick shot, fall back, taking his time, just trying to get those taps. Really well played. Try not to overextend. The only bit you did wrong there, I'd say, is your crosshair placement was for somebody that could not be there. It was in the middle of the air. Just think about your peaking angles, all the rest of it. But again, that's something that comes with time and play. Again, just to remind anyone that watches this is low level. So again, let's have a look. We have enough money to get buy-in. Not too bad. We know we've got quite a few kills. We know their economy shouldn't be amazing, though they will have a full buy. This will allow us to contend with them. Nice little smoke. Badly played by me. Stepped right into the nade. Let's have a look at Ash. Bit of an overextension there, although I do understand. The better play now, rather than what he's doing, would be to step back. So we're going to go back. We're going to rewatch it again from Ash's point of view. Nice little nade to soften him. I'm dead. He gets the spam off, but doesn't really achieve much with it. He knows there's two mollies down there. He's going to try and play the edge. Really nicely done. And now fall back and just don't die. That's actually really nicely played. He used their own molly against them. We're going to go to Fizz's point of view because he knows there's people close. He's just heard the P90 fire off. Holding a bit of an off angle. And that hopefully trying to catch him out. He's getting active because he knows we're a man down. I've kind of fucked the play a bit here. Nicely played, just unlucky in the thing. Kinder playing a really nice angle. He's holding here. Getting active so that he peaks rather than be peaked because there's such a big advantage on CS2. Taking his time for the nade. Noise should be pushing up now. He knows the bomb's down. And that he's keeping it quiet because he knows they don't know where he is at the moment. And that, however, he needs to get in there because Kinder's fighting. Kinder gets there nice and early. And that, well played together as a team. And that, little bit slow in the coordination. And that, it would have been better for Kinder to have waited for Noise to get in position so they could have crunched together and split that defense. However, still really well played, boys. Remember, some of these rounds have been won through misunderstanding of where we are from the enemy team. Again, this is something that's a low-level game, so it's going to happen. We're on a bit of a lower buy here for some reason, even though we just won the round, and that's because it is what it is. Bad peek there by me. If there'd been someone there, I'd have got obliterated. So there's one coming through canals and 3 outside B. The bombs outside B. We're likely going to get the fight there. So we're going to go to Kinder. They've smoked it. He's playing jail, which is a bit of a one and done. Noise is actually playing towards Con because Daiquiri's there. And that. Kinder's just spotted him, but they have mollied it. They know the push isn't coming in yet from there. The downside they've got at the moment is Kinder can't really support Noise, and Noise can't support Kinder. So Noise is now playing, if you look very out in the open, he should hopefully have a rotate coming in. Yes, he does. He's now playing towards Con. Very nice. Working together as a team. And that. Just a nice shot there. Lucky one on the second one. Well played by Juicy. Fizz on 4, so we want to go back 15 seconds. Let's have a look at Fizz's thing. As you can see, he's pushing in fast. He knows it's there. He's swapped to his sidearm. Come back. He slows it down while the noise is going on. Takes his time. Lines his shot up. Really well played. Really well traded. Trades out the AK, and that's the end of that. Just a nice retake overall. Did we get a bit of luck there? Yes, of course. Like that Deagle shot, well, I mean, he was a bit on the lucky side. Honestly, just good rotates. Working together as a team. It's just sometimes a bit slow on actually responding to things and moving. But again, only the third game played together. Smoke and a flash. Nice little spam. Overextending by me. Again, an overextension by myself. Let's see what Ash does. Going to go back a few seconds because he looks to have got a really nice bit of play. He eats the nade as well. So that's really bad communication by us. We shouldn't both be peeking on top of each other. We're both getting over aggressive and getting each other's way. Really nice by Ash. Gets the trade, gets the second one, and then falls back to him. He's still playing more aggressive than what would be best because he's only 19 HP. He'd be better off actually falling back towards camera or fully to mid and giving it up. Bit of an unnecessary repeat there, looking at how that's going. Let's have a look at Kinder because he's player number 5. He is pushed all the way through Con, and that he's got a shotgun, so he's playing a bit more loose with this. He knows the enemies aren't too far away. That's just unlucky that Juicy was holding it. So both are mid. We've got Fizz. He's now pushing through Rugs. Trouble is, at the moment, it's a 2v3. We are giving them a lot of 1v1s. We'd actually be better off playing together. Fizz has got the kill. He's got the bomb. And that, if you have a look on the rest of the map, no one is responding to it. Nobody's moving. No one's helping him. We know the last player's by there. We know that Ash can push through. And that, if you have a look, Ash is pushing through. And that he's smoked. He knows the fight's going on. He's still hesitant to push through the smoke. Eventually he does. He's holding the angle. He knows that fight's still happening. Okay, he's taking his time. He's low HP, understandable. Noise, on the other hand, has pushed through towards A, gone completely safe. What they'd have been better off doing there is going, right, bombs down, give it up, regroup together, and that Fizz play a bit more passively, and Ash and Noise come together through mid. And that Noise is taking a gamble, he's playing aggressive on A. He hears the steps, falls back and just waits. Not much else to be said about that. We just need to remember as a team, the objective isn't to kill the enemy, it's to stop them planting the bomb and survive. As long as we do that, we can actually win the round without even getting a kill. Yes, obviously kills are always going to come through, it's the nature of the game. But got to remember, that's not the point of the game. Really, really bad mid smoke by me again. I don't know if I jiggled or what. If we have a look though, they're coming fast towards A. So, bit of an overcommitment there, and that. I'm playing quite overexposed here. I know there are pistols because that's what's been called. That's a misplay by me. Because I've gone through so heavily, so has Ash to try and support me, so I've not only got myself killed, but I've also got Ash killed by overcommitting. I've forced Ash to maintain his fight because I've made a bad play. What's actually a better play is how Noise is doing. He's taking his time. He's clearing everything out. Kinder is rotating now. And that what would be better is, if we have a look, Kinder is still at mid. And that Noise, once he's cleared it and made sure there's no one close camera, would actually be better off staying back here and playing back here rather than playing up close and aggressive, because then he can maintain the 2 versus 3. Give Kinder the best chance to be able to get in and help, rather than giving them a series of 1v3s. He's going to play it by just holding his time. That's quite nice. He's making sure no one comes heaven. Doesn't overexpose himself to angles. If we have a look then, Kinder's just come in. And that he knows there's one on site. He's done that. Now that was a very, very risky play by him there. Noise has just gone down. He's going to hold it. He's going to get the round. Cheeky as fuck. Got a lot of luck there. The flash hit. That's what you call low percentage play. They'd have actually been better off taking their time, going in together and working on the kills. I believe Kinder had a kit there, so there was plenty of time. There's no need to rush it. Let's go again. So again, we've got enough for most of us to buy in. Ash is going to have to be on a bit of a light buy because he's only got 3,600. And that he should be buying an armor and an MP9 or something like that. Instead, he has gone for a Deagle. And I think that's it. Yep. And Kinder as full bought. So Ash is on a bit of a lower buy. He'd have been better off buying with the team in this case. He does have a good Deagle shot, so I understand why he's gone for it. But it's all about trying to get the most kills. If we have a look now, the fight's coming in towards B. We know there's a smoke there. So that happened a bit quicker than I was expecting it to happen. If we have a look there, Noise is actually exposed to dark. Obviously he's not aware of that. But we also don't have anyone covering dark. So we're going to watch this again from the beginning on this. Kinder's put a smoke down to cross. There's already one on main, so that's superfluous. It's not required, but I get it. He's been careful. The trouble is, Noise has left himself exposed to dark, and Kinder can't cover it. Setup is fine. Noise just needs to be a bit further ahead than that. Kinder's got the kill. They know there is another player on site. We have myself rotating in, and we have Ash clearing out mid. That's why I say he'd have been better off the full buy. With his shot, I feel like he could have won that. I'm covering Kinder's dark, which allows him to focus fully on main. And that he's got himself to jail, so he's relocated. And then he's just holding a nice deep position. However, the trouble is now, he's left himself exposed to dark. Not much to say that. He went for a play, he lost the play. It happens. Fizz has rotated towards mid, he's just holding this. He's got a lot of area to cover. He's trying to cover A as well, which is nice to see. He's checking both. I'm playing in dark. What would probably be better is if we gambled a site. Went for a 2v4, gambled a site, and if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. At the moment, we're making it so it's a 1v4 no matter where we are. So in future, it's better for us to go play together, close up. If you look, Fizz is very focused on A main because he knows the nades are coming, but he's going to get backstabbed. And there it goes. I'm now going to try and running because this is the last round and you've got to try. Flash is too early because I'm too far away to utilise it. Decent spray down. The problem there is I turned off too soon. And my flash was too early. If my flash had been a bit later to allow me to utilise it, there's a good chance I could have actually got a couple of people sprayed down, maybe even got a third or a fourth. Chance to get a third or fourth, very unlikely. Chance that I still lost a round, but I've given myself a lot more chance. So for me on that one, it's a case of slowing down. I should have played with Fizz. I should have come to him because he had mid and A, and if we lose B, well, we just attempt to retake. Hopefully that all made sense. Let's have a look at the two side. Big G corner CT sided map. I love his confidence. So we have now swapped people. I am 8 and Noise is 7. Ash is 6. Fizz is and there we go, we got the numbers. So 8 is going to take the lead. I'm going to run up towards A. 0 is still in thingy. Where's Kinder going? So we are now redirecting. I think this is because Kinder called something, I can't remember. We've kind of fucked our own spawns there, but that's okay. Because if we have a look, they're playing one towards con, one towards sort of dark area, 2 mid and A. So they're playing quite standard. If we have a look, they're using the utility and flashing. We're not overcommitting, we're taking our time. Kinder is straight in there, no fear, bomb down. So if you have a look, he's got the smoke, which has allowed him to do that. We've got Fizz, who has his gun. Fortunately, he's got the smoke coming from the temple, so he can sort of safely reload. I'm just pushing through with Noise behind me. However, our spacing's really bad. Really bad. And I think that's on me from what I remember, because Noise was already towards the left, whereas I was towards the right. I've swung in to try and get the fight on dark. What I should have done is actually stuck more to the right so that I can look towards Temple and let Noise take the dark fight. What's quite nice is we know there's potential backstabs, so Ash is there holding the back. He's maintaining our back line for us. I'm going to go back towards Kinder, which I think is... oh, Kinder's 0. He's got the bomb down, so in fact I'm going to go to myself and let's have a look. We've just spotted one Temple. I'm playing really badly there, so that's a really bad play for me. Ash has just covered mid. We know he's just left mid, and that if he's running away from there, yes, there could be a late backstab, but not on that timing. So what the fuck am I looking at? You know what I mean? As you can see, we've lost Kinder at the moment. We've got Fizz. He's kind of isolated on his own on there. Ash, he's just seen his cross, and then me and Noise are really bad because we are still right next to each other. And then we've got Ash, who I think I've told him to maintain the back line again, so he's gone back to there because we're still... it's a 4 versus 3. We're still okay. The timing is there for them to come through. We're going to watch this from Fizz's point of view and see what happens. Nice from Fizz, just taking his time. We know there's only one left. Clearing it out. Going to go to my point of view because I think it's me that spots him. Yep. Me and Noise again. Yes, we got the kill, but we are kind of fucking each other up. Although well played, Noise. You did kind of fucking own a lot of people there. So we got the bomb, we got the thing, we got the buy. I'm not a big fan of AKs on the second round in case you drop them and give them to other people, which is why I've gone for a Glenn utility. Kinder is going... so we've got MP9s, got quite a bit of a buy here. Let's have a look. I believe we defaulted on this one. Yep, so we know there's likely going to be a push. We've got 3 towards mid, 1 towards B, 1 towards A. What we should be doing is having 2 towards B. There we go, because we're just holding. We're taking our time. So as you can see, I'm fiddling with nades, but I'm relying on my teammate to actually cover me there. Nice little molly. Keep them honest. And we're just taking our time. What I like is if you look, Kinder's playing non-too committal, but he's actually maintaining that A so that they can't push around behind. And that you've then got Fizz who's maintaining mid, he's just taking his time. And then the hits actually come in. And that... right, so hits come in now. We're going to watch this again. Smoke to block off the pillar side. So we should be safe from there. We've got one blocking off Temple, so... that's where we went a bit wrong there. If we go back, and we're going to go to Ash, which is 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this a bit slower to give me time to talk. If you look, we know that he should be good towards the pillar. And that Ash is going to come through. He's still going to check it in case the smoke's bad, which is good. He swings away. And we just don't trade efficiently there. But that's okay. Now this is where I fuck up hugely. I'm on my own on the site. If we have a look around the actual game, we've got Fizz in mid, Kinder at A. Why the fuck am I planting the bomb? Most dumb play ever by me. I get rightfully punished, and I think we get very lucky with this. Nope, we don't. I mess it up. Fizz is going to come through mid. He's pushed through quick, and I forced him into that. Yes, he gets the kill, but I've made that a lot harder because I forced him in by making him go a bit quicker. They now know where he is. Fizz, your utility is weird as fuck. You just sort of do throw stuff. But again, that's all part of the learning curve. Really nice play by Kinder. You can see he's lurked out through there. They know one is towards dark. Nice to see Kinder is smoking it. He's going to give himself a nice way in. Messed up the molly a bit, but it's hard through the smoke. Still nicely played. Kinder taking charge. We're on to the 1v1. And Fizz closes it out. Well played, lads. Really bad play by me. I kind of fucked you a bit there. But good recovery. So, because I fucked up, I'm on a lower buy. As I rightfully deserve. However, if I look at Ash's money at 7,300, I could have called for a drop. Got a full buy, because if you have a look, Ash is at 2,500 with full utility. He could have put one less flash, and then I could have actually had an AK as well. So, looks like it's going to be a mid play. I'm holding. Not overextending. Scene 1 there. Scene 2. I'm over peaking here. But they're just playing further back. Let's have a look at Fizz. Fizz is pushing up. He's taking his time. He's playing a bit slower. He's maintaining his angles. There goes the flash to help him. Really nicely played by Fizz. That's a really nice mid-take there. As you can see, they're being forced to get active because they've lost a lot of players. And it's nice to see the team just slow it down. That bomb is going towards A on its own, which is a bad play by us. Now, I remember this round. That wasn't Kinder's fault. We got it there. We'd been calling for the rotate towards A. We just got our timings wrong. And that we knew we had the mid control. The idea was to split mid, so 9 and 8 go through camera. If you have a look, Fizz is maintaining mid while I was maintaining camera to make sure nobody pushed. But unfortunately 6 and 7 were a bit slower in the rotate. Again, third game together, we're going to be a bit slow. If we have a look at the map, you can see there's a smoke there. They're watching it, but nothing's actually happening because Kinder has time to go to the bomb, get it, run off. There's 2 of them there watching the smoke. The smoke is cleared. They're still doing nothing. 6 is still maintaining there. He's maintaining our back line. But at this point, recovery of the bomb should be our priority. Yes, we get it. Yes, Fizz, really nice play to clear it out. We know we've got it. There was a bit of luck there. We kind of messed up. Not so much in the actual plays that we made, but just in our timings. Nice shooting by Noise to force Rooty's back. We know he's going to be low, but our money's not amazing. So rather than push it, we sort of prioritised the bomb, except for Ash, who's just like, fuck this, I'm going to kill everybody. And then mollies himself. We've got Noise, who's looking towards Ash and not paying attention to the stairs, which is a potential risk. We know he can't come through mid because he's just being in con. He won't be able to because Fizz, I think it's Fizz. No, I'm holding that. So the only place he can be is B site, deep CT, or T. Noise hunts him down and shoots him quite nicely. And then tries to get an AK flip. Sorry for selling you out, Kinder, and letting you die. My bad. So we look at them, their money's kind of broken. 4-11, we know they're going to force up because they need rounds more than they need money. Noise with a fancy little smoke towards mid. It should hopefully be a nice default happening here. We're still fucking around in spawn for ages. We have given up a lot of map control here now, so our only choice really is to go B. Obviously they don't know that, but we also don't know what they've done. They haven't actually taken anyone there. If you have a look, we've just straight gone through. I'm really not sure what the plan was here. But Kinder makes it work. However, if you have a look, we're sort of running around. We haven't maintained our actual nice angle isolation by Noise, and really, really nice play by Kinder. Let's put that back 15 seconds. So we know they've got to be temple. We know they're probably not towards CT. Again, unlikely to be CT and that, but well played. Really nice shoot by Daiquiri. Again, it's easy to make these calls when you've A, got a mini-map telling you, and B, you're looking at it without actually having to think about the game. Really not sure what that round was. I think we were just trying to execute and it did not go well. These things happen, we live, we learn, we grow. Right, so this is Kinder, he's going to do the smoke, so I'm dropping him the smoke. Again, we're really slow here to actually take any map control. All we've got is 9, which is Fizz. He's got his AWP. He has taken some mid control, but if you have a look, he's the only one there. Everyone else is just kind of floating about. Kinder obviously is doing our smokes for us. However, what should have happened is, well, I shouldn't be first at 8, so that's a bad play by me. If I die, drop the bomb and give it to them. We then have Noise there and Ash very close together. Fizz is taking a really nice play. He's taking control of Connector. However, what would be nice to see, seeing as Noise has 2 flashes, is for him to flash out to give the peek for Fizz. I'm going to take a wild bet that we do not do that. Again, though, that's not just down to Noise to remember. We need to, when we want to peek something, ask for that flash. So something for us all to remember, because I'm every bit as guilty as you are. You get a bit insular and you don't think about the team. Remember to call for the flashes from your team. However, we have currently left mid open, and that is a potential avenue. However, once Fizz gets round there, he will be able to cover both to see if somebody does peek, but there's still that timing there. Let's see what actually happens in this round. I'm going to go back to my point of view because I am at the front, and I clear that very lazily with very bad angle control, very bad crosshair placement, very bad everything. There goes the molly in. Right, so I am now on site. We have Noise there and Ash. Noise has a smoke, Ash doesn't. Let's watch what they do. He has just smoked our molly off. Steps through. Unfortunately, bit slow on the thing, or a bit fast from me, whatever way you want to look at it. And this is Fizz just being an absolute beast. He's going to win this round on his own like an absolute monster. So we're just going to watch this for the fun of it. Don't worry, Kinder, we won't watch you die. Takes his time, sees the other one at camera. Not the best peek, but what a flick. Really well played, Fizz. Really well played. Again, though, just remind anyone else that watches it, though I doubt anyone else ever will, this is only 9K gaming. We is not legends. So we get the full buy from everyone. Somebody, Fizz should be dropping Kinder about now, hopefully. He's gone for the shotgun. Let's have a look. Are we going to default? Well, we got 2 of us defaulting. 6 is jumping around in thing. If we have a look, bit of a heavy fight, so that kind of ruins our default. Let's watch that again. So no flash from mid for in case they're pushing it. Badly peeked by me, but I got lucky. Right, so we know there's been at least one more mid. We know we've got timing here. Flash through and go. Yep. That's given us a chance. We know we're clear on con. Really bad play by me there. I didn't need to overextend like that. But it has allowed me to clear out CT. Let's have a look at what 6 is doing. So he's managed to get on site. Let's watch this from Ash's point of view now. So we know con's clear. Ash is getting the bomb down. Happy with that. Noise is covering there. Just unlucky that he got the timing on it. Ash is going to molly, and he's probably going to die now. Yep. So let's have a look how Noise responds to it. He knows there's a kill. He knows one's on site. Really nicely done. Bit unlucky with his transfer, but these things happen. And then it's just an easy kill for me because guy's got a lot of room. Overall, really good play. Really well done by everybody. We just need to work on our comms and maybe respond to things a bit quicker. Hope this helps. Love you guys. Bye.